or high. Alligators, the sort including only two modern views: American or Mississippi alligator and Chinese alligator. Description: Alligators differ from other representatives of group of crocodiles in wider muzzle. Eyes at them are located more dorsana, in the top part of the head. Coloring of both known types dark, often almost black, but depends on color of surrounding water. So in the presence of seaweed it can be more green. At high content in water of tannic acid from the hanging trees, coloring becomes more dark. In comparison with these crocodiles, especially representatives of the sort Crocodilus, at alligators at the closed jaw only upper teeth are visible. The truth, at some individuals' teeth are deformed so that it creates difficulties at identification. At large alligators of an eye gleam in red color, at small, green. On this sign of an alligator it is possible to find in nighttime. The largest alligator ever recorded in the history was found on the island of Marsh, in the American state of Louisiana. Its length was 5.8 m and weight about a ton. However, the reliability of these data raises doubts at many specialists. It is considered that the largest Mississippi alligators can hardly grow more than up to 4.5 meters. The Chinese alligator is much less. Its length seldom exceeds 2 m, though in the past messages and about 3-meter individuals arrived. In the world there are only two countries where representatives of this sort live. It is the United States of America and China. The Chinese alligator is under the threat of disappearance and lives only in the valley of the Yangtze River. The American alligator lives on the east coast of the USA from northern Carolina to Texas. The majority of the American alligators live in states Florida and Louisiana. Only in Florida their number exceeds 1 million individuals. The only place on Earth where alligators and these crocodiles coexist is Florida. The two northern Carolina alligators endure a cold snap, having frozen in ice and having put out over its surface only a nose. Alligators are in water Napo Vienna while water freezes around their noses. They is as if feel when water is in a freezing point, and put out a nose over a surface at the most suitable moment. After it, alligators fall into a certain similarity of winter hibernation until water begins to thaw. Also, alligators do not react when they are disturbed in the frozen state. Alligators are considered as the most social and tolerant representatives of group of crocodiles to individuals of the type. But despite it, the seasonal territoriality is peculiar to large males. During a reproduction season they try to adhere to small individual sites which they protect from other males. Females and smaller males can be seen in close proximity from each other at all seasons of the year. Despite the quite big weight and a slow metabolism, in water at a short distance they can gather high speed, over 30 km/h. Food. Alligators eat almost everything that they are able to catch. Young individuals hunt fish, insects, snails and crustacea. In process of growth, the Mississippi alligators choose larger victim. Large fish, such as armor-clad pikes, turtles, small mammals, birds and other reptiles, while the Chinese alligators, owing to the small sizes, all the same use a large number of absolutely little animals. Often find in stomachs of alligators also foreign matters. If alligators are rather hungry, they can eat also drop. Adult Mississippi alligators can sometimes hunt deer, wild pigs or even younger alligators, though it is much worse than the majority of these crocodiles, and a black caiman are adapted for capture of a large catch. Several cases when in Florida alligators hunted pumas, black bears, manatees, cows and horses are known. Generally alligators are able to swallow the usual victim at once, having instantly crushed its jaws. They drag larger and rare animals in the diet in water and rotate teeth until tear off from it departs rather small for ingestion entirely, and the victim will not die of the shortage of air or the gut wounds. Attack on the person happens very seldom. Unlike these crocodiles, they do not consider the person as the victim. But the number of attacks of the Mississippi alligators on the person increased recently. Within the 1970th, the 1990th years in the USA, only 9 fatal cases were registered. Then only from 2001 to 2006, 11 assaults from the death were committed. Long-time people believed that alligators, unlike these crocodiles, are afraid of the person, and in principle this statement is right. However, such approach resulted in a necessary risk among some people who enter places of their dwelling and provoke animals to aggression. The Chinese alligators are considered as the quietest representatives of group of crocodiles and do not attack people. Reproduction. Puberty of alligators depends more on the size than on age. It is considered that the Mississippi alligator reaches puberty when its length exceeds 180 cm, while smaller Chinese alligators are already capable to breed with a length a little more than a meter. The marriage period lasts in the spring when water becomes warm. The female builds a nest of grass and lays 20-70 eggs depending on the size there. Then it protects a nest from predators and helps the hatched cubs to reach water. If cubs remain nearby, it approximately within a year gives them protection. Cultivation of alligators for receiving skin is widespread in states Florida, Texas and Louisiana. In total, these states annually produce about 45,000 skins. Also, the market of meat of alligators grows. Today it makes about 150,000 kilograms a year. The Chinese alligator is on the verge of disappearance, and they are parted generally for the purpose of preserving of a type. Difference between these crocodiles and alligators. The biggest difference in their teeth. When jaws at these crocodiles are closed, big fourth tooth of the lower jaw is visible. At alligators, the upper jaw closes these teeth. Also, they can be distinguished in a shape of a muzzle. At these crocodiles, a muzzle sharp, V-shaped, at alligators, stupid, U-shaped. Also far. Read comments. Write comments. Your opinion will be interesting. All of good mood. And good luck.